Okay, so onto the dollar Swiss. Yesterday I had sell limits in here. Unfortunately, they were missed by a pip, pip or so. Not even a pip, maybe a pixel. Okay, not to worry. These things happen. So if price does manage to come up again, I probably will sell. If it doesn't, what I'm looking for on a dollar Swiss is for price to break this demand area, so we'll get a move down like that, and perhaps another move up and position for shorts to the downside. Okay. Um, if that does happen, then stops would probably be above this price action. If we have it too high, I'm not going to be able to get two reward to one risk. Okay, if price does get up into these 1.0203 areas again, means I can get my stop above the actual real supply level and go for two reward, maybe even three reward to one risk. Okay. Hurdles is the first area of concern coming to the downside, 1.0118. These are just levels of support and resistance. After that, we've got the parity area. Okay, and that is the dollar Swiss. So we might have price action tomorrow to get to the downside. We might not see moves up into this area. Okay. But still, we've got a lot of confluence going on. I think we can see the other side of this channel, hopefully, for a nice move. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. As you can see, we've had a nice move up. I've been trying to get into this this week. Unfortunately, a few things stopped me from doing that. I think I did get stopped out on one occasion. By not having my stop underneath the swing low of the move, which is something I shouldn't really do. But sometimes you can get away with it. So when I do make these plays where I don't get my stop underneath the actual swing low, when I talk about swing lows, I'm talking about low, high, lower low, higher high, lower low. These are the swings. Okay. Um, this is where I should usually have my stop. So if I was to get into this move today, I would want my stop loss under here. Okay. Sometimes I don't have my stop underneath the swing low. I'll have it under price action instead. In which case I'll usually get more of a reward out of the move. But what I'll do is I'll probably go in with a smaller position size. Okay. So we've seen the Aussie Kiwi move happen as predicted by myself. I think we'll probably start to see price retrace now as we come into these highs, but no setups there. Okay, cable we have seen today. We've seen a bearish engulf to the bearish engulf. Okay, we are in a downtrend. Let's have a look at the monthly. So we're in monthly demand. We're in weekly demand. There's nothing really quite clear though in this area. We will see a battle of buyers against sellers around this area. So we will. I think over the coming weeks we are going to see some choppy price action. In the meantime, even though we are in a downtrend, what I'd like to see is, let me just draw something in here. We've got a bit of confluence around these areas. I'd like to see a move at least back up halfway of this swing. Perhaps tomorrow around London, if Asia allows me, I should say, because I'll be asleep during Asia, to get in long around these 1.4212 areas, perhaps even take it right up into these highs, 1.4303, and we'll just see which area of demand or supply prevails and take it from there. Okay, I expect a lot of choppy action. Okay. Oh, and also tomorrow morning, as mentioned earlier, we do have pound news at 9:30 GMT UK time. Okay, preliminary GDP may have some impact. The preliminary GDP usually does so. Any moves taken, make sure it happens after that. Okay, so US dollars are okay. So looking at daily, we've got a nice engulf to the downside. We've broken lows previously. The next area of a possible reaction is this area of possible support of 16.0374. Okay, we've closed the gap. What I'm expecting now is it'd be great if we could get price to come up into these 16.5629 areas tomorrow, and then get on the short side. If it happens on Friday, it won't be great because it means we'll be taking positions too close to the weekend. What I'd like to see is get in positions short for this tomorrow. See a run down away from the stops, because as we know, price can gap over the weekend, and on exotic pairs even more. There's even more danger of that. Okay, so moving on to the Dow Jones. On the Dow Jones, we are seeing a similar setup to the cable. Okay, a similar setup to the pound US dollar. Okay, so a lot of struggle at the moment between the bears and the bulls. We have broken this bull engulf on the monthly, which is a bearish sign. We're still holding though with this wiki area from the previous month, before the base of that bull engulf. Moving on to weekly, we can see we've broken this bull engulf area here. We're now acting at the bottom of this wick. Last week we tried to come back, the bulls tried to come back, we couldn't even close halfway into this candle, never mind make a bull engulf. Today we've seen more choppy action, more ranging as the days go by. I expect to see more ranging. So with that in mind, we can perhaps make a range play to the upside tomorrow. See, we've got these nice intersections here. We've got demand, we've got support. Perhaps wait and see on the lower time frames if any price action sets up, and play it up into these 16086 areas. Okay, and that is it. There's not really anything that stands out too greatly. Okay, it's been one of those weeks this week. Not too many great setups. That tends to happen fine. Some weeks you get a string of really great setups, and you're making a good percentage on your account, and then other weeks you're breaking even, maybe even some small losses. Okay, that's when you've got to hang in there psychologically. Like I always say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Okay, so don't be disheartened by losses. As always, if you've come across this video on YouTube, like it and subscribe if it's useful to you. All the analysis on here is to be taken as educational purpose, and it's not advice or trade calls. As for my Twitter as well, which you can find at price_monkey, I do post all my trades on there and analysis, and also not to be taken as advice or trade calls, for educational purposes only. Okay guys, I'll see you on Twitter tomorrow at London, and I hope you have a nice evening, good night, and God bless, or good afternoon or good morning wherever you are.